Harry Kane, 400 grand a week deal. Matt Law thinks he's going to be offered. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to renew that contract and spend the rest of his career at Tottenham with Postecoglou? Or do you think he's going to say, no, actually, I'm forcing my way out. I'm going to go and win trophies. What's Kane going to do?
Well, he's got a history of being a serial loser, Terry. So it's almost like Matt Law's watched my videos because I said they'll offer him about 400 grand a week. Yeah, and he'll sign and he'll stay. And Daniel Levy and Postecoglou will sit him down and say, look, you can have a legacy at this football club. What happens if you leave and then we win a trophy? Yes, you can go and win somewhere else, like Bayern Munich, for example. But, I mean, their bid was just pathetic. Let's be real. It was like 3 million quid more than we paid for Havertz. I mean, come on. Yes, stick a 1 in front of it and you might have a chance. Like, do you know what I mean? He's probably the only footballer right now with a year left on his contract that is genuinely worth over 100 mil. Yeah, because he guarantees you 30 goals, 25, 30 goals every season. And Bayern Munich ain't going to pay the money, but it's almost like, I don't know, they used to be so elite, Bayern. And I don't know what's happened to them the last couple of years, but it's almost like they're just going, oh, look, we tried, like kind of thing. But in terms of Kane, I think he's staying. He ain't going nowhere. Man United ain't going to pay the money. Chelsea won't pay the money. They can both go and get strikers, Vlahovic, Ivan Toney, players like that are a lot cheaper. That, yes, they're not as good as Kane, but they're a lot younger. And, you know, you can build on that. Whereas Kane, it's literally, he's ready-made for now, but a Man United ready-made for now. A Chelsea ready-made for that. They're not. It's like Kane's the cherry on the top. Yeah, and he's not somebody you're going to be able to build around for the next 5 years. He'll be finished in 5 years. So I think he stays. And I actually think the manager they've got, Postecoglou, I actually think he's not a bad manager. Like I've watched Celtic. I've got a couple of mates that live here, Scottish, and they support Celtic. And when he was their manager, not so much the Scottish League, but in the Champions League, I know they didn't get through the group, mate. They literally battered Madrid and Shakhtar. Yeah, just didn't have anyone to finish the dinner. Like they should have been 5-0 up against Madrid at half time in the first game. Like they ripped them. So I think they will get a decent playing style. Now they've got Maddison in there. I think they've just signed Mana Solomon as well on a free. They're looking at other players. I'm not going to say they're going to win anything, but I do think that, well, they're not going to win anything. Let's just be real with it. But it's the history of the Tottenham. But I do think that he stays. And I do think that in 2 seasons' time, he will be the Premier League's top goal scorer. Yeah, whether that's led to winning a trophy in that time, I don't know. I probably won't. It probably wouldn't. But I don't see him going abroad. I don't. And the only club that looks like they're in for him right now is Bayern Munich, and they ain't got the money to pay for him. So unless there's something that happens right at the end and he throws a transfer request in and forces a move out somewhere, he ain't going anywhere. He had his chance last summer and he blew it. Yeah, because he could have quite easily just sat at home and said, bollocks, I ain't coming back. What are you going to do? Yeah, and he could have done that. He could have done that. He didn't throw a transfer request in. He just put a letter out saying that I'd like to leave. It wasn't a transfer request. Didn't actually physically put one in. He was just basically kind of saying that I want to seek pastures new, but it weren't a transfer request type thing. Like, it weren't an official one. Yeah, it was just trying to get everyone to build up the hype train in the media and hope Levy cracks. And Levy didn't. He stayed. Yeah, as soon as he started scoring again, Tottenham fans forgot all about it. And he had his best season in terms of goals, the equal best season he's ever had. Yeah, he scored 30 goals last season. If Erling Haaland went in this league, mate, he would have won the Golden Boot again. And look at the crap he's been around.
I think for me, what's so interesting about this, everyone knows what I think about that, about Harry Kane.
You got rice on your brain,
yeah. Yeah. Someone just sent me a thing about him on my head. The thing is about Kane, everyone knows I rate him as ability-wise. I think it's world class. Outputs is world class, but he doesn't have the trophies. He doesn't have the clutch moments. He doesn't have the performances and the goals in the title races. And I need to see him force his way out. If he signs this new deal, my opinion of Harry Kane changes. He no longer sits in that world-class category for me. He doesn't sit in it because he's never going to prove himself. He's never going to be in those title races consistently in semi-finals and finals and in a position where he has to deliver at the highest level to prove his world-class quality. You can have the ability, but judging football isn't about ability. It's about more than that. And even if they don't let him go, let's say nobody pays the money for him, that's not quite on Harry Kane. He could force the move, but that's not quite on him. If he signs this new deal, To play for. Listen, I get what you're saying about Ange. I think Big Ange is perfect for Tottenham because they'll play beautiful football, but they still won't win anything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Spurs
and the
fans
fans will be happy because they're playing better football.
they're not all Spurs fans, but there's a big percentage of them, and I would say about 80% would be my guess, who, as long as the football is pretty, as long as they've got pretty things, they are very, very happy indeed. Because the way you just spoke about them, they sign good players, the manager looks pretty decent. If they get praised through the players they sign, their style of football is looked at as one of the best in the league, and they're not really got any pressure on them to win, Spurs fans breathe easy. The problem is, if you're a player that has that same mentality, you're not world class. You should want to put yourself in very uncomfortable, difficult, and dangerous situations. Look at not everyone rates him, but look at Anthony Joshua as a boxer. This guy's got a big fight penciled in with Deontay Wilder in December. Huge money fight. But he accepts a fight now against a very dangerous Dylan White. And if White beats him, AJ's career could be over. The Wilder money is gone. And he's probably not going to get the shot at a world title again, because why would people take the risk? But
if he loses that fight, the Wilder fight ain't happening.
Exactly.
So the pressure's on him to deliver.
Exactly. He's put himself in a very difficult position, which is what winners do. Now, they don't always come out triumphant, but I much prefer what AJ has done to taking some bum in a build-up fight, 3 rounds, easy knockout win. I like it. And that's the thing. Will Harry Kane put himself into a difficult situation to achieve genuine legendary status, greatness within football, or will he take the easy route out?
But do you think he cares about that, Terry? Because if he cared about that, he would have left already. Like, a footballer can get out of a football club if they want to get out of a football club. We've seen it loads of times. Yeah, they just down tools, put a transfer request. Some of them turn up at other football clubs, odd and wingy. Like, just turn up, I'm going to force the move if I can. Like, footballers can get out of a football club. He don't want to. He's comfortable. Yeah, he's got more kids than trophies. Yeah, he's got, I think, another kid on the way. He's happy. He's comfortable. And he's a legend at Tottenham without winning anything, because their fans, when they look back in 30, 40, 50 years' time, they will always talk about Harry Kane, because his goal-scoring record will probably never be broken. Because if he stays there for another 4 or 5 years, he's going to rip the Premier League record to pieces. The only person I could see possibly beating that is Erling Haaland if he stays for that long. Yeah, but if he carries on with the volume that he's been scoring on, he could potentially break it. But he's got to stay for a long time to do that. So Harry Kane's most likely going to end up with that record. His England record's not going to be broken anytime soon, because we ain't got any decent England strikers. Yeah, so he maybe don't care about trophies. I don't know. If he cared about trophies, Terry, he would have left years ago.
And that's why this summer and this potential new deal, I think, so key in terms of the legacy that he leaves behind. If he doesn't care about trophies, I worry that worries me about him even being the England captain and striker. Yes, you'll score goals, but if your desire isn't to win those trophies and it's to score goals, that's not.
Did you see that tweet that was put out? I can't remember who posted it out. Yeah, but it was when England under-21s won the other night. I can't remember what player it was, and he was holding the golden boot or saying the Spanish player, and he didn't smile. Yeah, and then it showed a picture of Harry Kane when he won the golden boot in the World Cup, and he's smiling. There's just the difference. But this is the thing. I think he's more about personal accolades rather than team accolades. Yeah, he's been at Tottenham so long that is his club. Yeah, but if any of our clubs were really serious about wanting to win the Premier League, we go and put a bid in for him. Just go and offer them 100 million. You should be doing it. We should be doing it. Chelsea should be doing it. Yeah, City don't need him. Yeah, but us three, we should be all going in there and saying, right, bang, let's see how much Daniel Levy's good at business now then, because 100 million, 105 million, 110, whatever, break the transfer record. Yeah, and if you get him in your team, yes, it's not a long-term one, but you're guaranteed to get 30 goals out of him. Mate, he's doing that at Tottenham, Terry. Yeah, imagine what he could do at other teams that are better.
Yeah, I'm still interested to see what happens as and when, if and when Man United's takeover goes through, as and when. I think that could change things. I think the thing with Kane is, I don't think he has that big a desire to go abroad. And what you said about Bayern Munich losing,
he can barely speak English, let alone German.
I think, that plays a part. I don't think Bayern Munich's lost its pull as a club, but I think the Bundesliga has. I think it's looked at as a good league, but the Premier League is so 5 years ago, 10 years ago, there was a debate which was the bigger and better league, the Liga or the Prem. The Prem has left everybody behind in terms of the numbers watching, the money within it, the prestige and the fame that comes with it. Like, you know, the fact is that like when you can tell that by the TV companies and how hard it is sometimes to watch other leagues now. Sometimes it's like, is it even on like the Liga got dropped by Sky? It's not even on BT Sport. You have to have a third level subscription to have it. Now, the Bundesliga is on Sky, but no one is subscribing to Sky Sports for German football. They're doing it for the Premier League, and it comes as an added bonus. The problem is with German football, it's just not as attractive as it was even 5 years ago. But yeah, look, let's see what happens with that. It's going to be an interesting.
That league's been crap for years, mate. Honestly, it has. Yeah, and do you know what? Remember when we came out of lockdown? That was the first league back, and it was Dortmund versus Bayern. Mate.
Yeah,
I swear, I was just sat there like, why? Like, we've been sitting moaning there's no football for a year and a half, or a year, and we're sitting here watching Bundesliga. It was garbage, absolute garbage, and they can't pay the money. Yeah, they haven't got any real superstars out there anymore. Like, you know, Thomas Muller's probably the biggest name out there. Let's be real. Yeah, mate, Thomas Muller's mad underrated.
It's dwindling. Tim Kimmich probably is.
Kimmich is decent, yeah, but most of the decent players play for Bayern. The rest of them,
very good players, but they're not stars. This is the thing, that you can be a top class player, but it doesn't make you a star. You know, someone that everybody gravitates towards watching.